Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. I'm Crystal. In today's video, I am going to be reviewing a new product that I am super excited to try out. I bought this a while ago and I only tested it like on my hand just to see if the color like matched. But what I am talking about is the new LA Girl Tinted Foundation. I actually really love LA Girl. It's super affordable. The quality is always so good for such a low price that it's like kind of unbelievable, you know? So when I saw this coming out, I was just like, oh, I have to get my hands on it because I have been loving that no makeup look, or that lighter coverage foundation, and then you can kind of like cover up your makeup or your face using other products. Sometimes you don't really need a heavy foundation all over your face, and I'm just so on that vibe. Especially now that I'm older, I feel like less is more. But don't get me wrong, I still love to do my full face beats once in a while, but I definitely go towards the lighter foundations or skin tints, whatever you want to call it, on an everyday base. So I'm super excited to try this out right here. If you are interested in this review, please keep on watching. Before we get into this video, please make sure that you are subscribed if you haven't already. Hit that notification button down below so you don't miss out any of my videos, and thumbs up this video if you do enjoy. Also, let me know in the comment section below if you tried this, how you like it, and are there other like skin tints or tinted moisturizers that you guys like that I should try out. So far, my nose is like running. So far, I only use the Fenty Eavesdropped and the L'Oreal, what is it called? The Skin Paradise. So I really love those. So those are actually on my vanity right now. So if I love this, this will be going up there as well. So let's just jump right into this video. Okay, so this is the product right here. So like I mentioned, this is the LA Girl Tinted Foundation. This does retail for $10. I picked this up from Ulta. I actually got two shades, but when I tested this on myself, like on my hand, and like, you know, it was like an okay match. They describe this as a buildable foundation, but a sheer to medium color of wash, which I don't know what that means, but I'm guessing they really meant like really sheer to medium coverage. So we're gonna test that out. I actually have a little breakout right here, so I kind of want to cover it with some concealer, but I low-key just want to see how well this covers. And if it doesn't cover that well, I'll just go on top with the concealer and go over again. But yeah, this also comes in 22 shades. I have mine in the shade Tan, which is described as a medium with warm olive undertones. So I was like, okay. Now, I actually went online when they first came out to look at all the pictures that they had. They had this photo right here. I'll post it like right on the side. And I just looked at the shades and I was like, okay, this one looks like it will match me a little bit more. When it comes to my shade, I don't know. I feel like I know my colors, but lately when it comes to like these light coverage foundations, I'm like, okay, I kind of have to match a little bit more to my face instead of my body. I mean, my body and my face are pretty much the same. It's just like when I get to my arms, like it's like my arms are a little darker than my chest, but I match with my chest. Okay. Also says that it's supposed to brighten, hydrate, smooth the skin like a skincare all in one. So I'm interested in how that's gonna work out. I already washed my face, apply my toner and my moisturizer by Fenty Beauty. I've been loving that stuff, so I use that all the time. That's why my skin looks so like glowy. I love that line, but I want to see how that works on top, and if it's like amazing, we're gonna be happy. This also is paraben free. I'm looking at my notes right here that I have written down. This is paraben free, cruelty free, and vegan. So yeah, we're gonna test this out. I really like that they have like this little tube right here. It's like a little squeeze tube, so it's supposed to be a little easier to apply and supposed to be less like messy. I mean, you can tell like in my cap right here, I just applied a little bit on my back of my hand. A little came out, but it's okay, like residue, but it's totally fine. But I like that it's like this, especially if you're like a makeup artist like myself and you have clients that want that light coverage foundation, or really young girls that's going to prom and winter formals. This would be really, really nice because they have this little squeeze tube and it's super small. My Fenty is pretty small, but I mean, it's pretty small too. It's just really, really thin, and I like that. It's almost the same size as my lipstick, my liquid lipstick by Maybelline. So that's the size, if you guys wondering. I keep looking in the freaking rare, what do you call it? Viewfinder. Instead of looking in the camera. I haven't filmed in such a long time that I kind of low-key don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, I keep looking here because my skin looks so good, even though I'm like breaking out right here. But yeah, so we're just gonna test this out. Now, if you have been following me for a while, you know how I like to apply new foundations or tinted moisturizer, whatever it's going to be, on my face, but one side using a brush and the other side using a sponge. So I'm gonna go in with the sponge on this side and then the brush on this side. So I'm just gonna shake that up and I'm just gonna apply that directly onto my face. Now I'm looking in my mirror right here. My mirror is a little crooked, so I'm just gonna apply that. I'm gonna do 2 lines, and I like that it's not runny. You see, it's pretty thick. Usually if it's super runny, it would just like start running down, but it's not. So I'm gonna go in with my AOA Studio blending sponge, and I'm just gonna blend that out. Okay, that literally blended out so fast, but you see how natural that is? It looks like I didn't even put anything on, to be honest. Maybe I should put a little bit more. Yeah, I'm gonna put a little bit more, like squeeze it. Oh, that's why. That's weird. Okay, it's not a lot. I'm just like blending it out. Then let's see if I could bring it down here. It has like this smell to it. I can't put my finger on it, but it smells very familiar. Familiar? Oh my god. But that looks really, really nice. This is one side of my face and this is the other. I think the match is like dead on. Like, it's dead on. It's definitely a sheer coverage. I can still see my blemishes, not my blemishes, my freckles, and then this blemish down here. But like, it's very even. It looks really, really nice, and I still have that glow. It's really pretty. I really like it. This is definitely that type of like foundation makeup that you want to wear on your like no makeup looks, or like if you're running to the gym and you just want to throw like something on. This is really nice. Ooh, I like this. Super cute. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with the same amount. So I'm squeezing 1 line, 2 line. I'll put a little bit more after, but let me just start with this. And I'm gonna use my Morphe M439 brush, and I'm gonna blend that in. Okay, that was super easy. Okay, not bad. It still gives me the same coverage, and I try to go over this blemish right here, and it did not cover it like at all. Like the redness is still there, but around it covered, but not the redness. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit more, just like I did on the other side, kind of like going like this, and then going back and see how it builds. And I'm pressing it in, kind of like what I was doing with the Beauty Blender. I'm not like swiping it. I'm pressing it in first, and then kind of doing like little circular motions in some areas. I feel like you don't really need to do circular motions with this, because blending it like this, it looks really, really nice, and it's giving the coverage where I need it. Okay, so right off the bat, I can tell that it does settle. And what I mean settle, I mean like the moisture. So on this side, since when I was blending this one out, it, you know, dry down, but I still have that nice glow. Like, but on this side, it looks super wet because I just applied it. So if you look too like oily or like glowy, it will, you know, settle down. But I really, really like that because I love like glowy skin because I do have dry skin. So anything that's going to give me more moisture or give me that glow, I'm just going to love it. But yeah, excuse me. Doing that second layer, it covered up the redness like the tiniest bit, but not at all. It's like right there. So I think I'm gonna do one more layer. And I can't say like I like the sponge side better or the brush. Like honestly, they look exactly the same. I guess it just depends on what you want to use to apply your makeup that day. I feel like I always go in with a sponge. But I mean, I kind of want to use brushes again because I have all these brushes and I never use them. So I'm going to go in with another layer. Okay, so we're going to go back on this side and see how it builds. So I'm applying a little bit underneath my eyes and on my lid just to see how it looks. So you see how it looks super like wet. That's because it's still kind of drying. I can definitely see that the second layer did build up a little bit more. I'm seeing my little freckles right here a little less than before, and the blemish right here, it's still there, but it's not as noticeable like it was earlier. So yeah, I'm gonna go back in with this side with the brush. Looking up close, like it's so crazy because this is still wet. It's super like glowy dewy. Overall, I think I really, really like this. I definitely see a medium coverage coming. You probably have to do like 3 layers to get like a nice medium coverage. It's still on the sheared side, or it's still like on the light side. So sheer to light coverage, border medium coverage. But honestly, it really, really looks good. I have no complaints. Like I can literally walk outside and people probably would think that I don't have any makeup on because it looks so much like skin. Like it looks dead ass like my skin. Even on the brush side, I don't see like any streak marks. I mean, this is a really good brush, but the product itself is just like sitting on my skin so nicely. I got a root canal done the other day and my freaking mouth is killing me. Because I am a little extra, I'm just gonna go in with my Fenty concealer and I'm gonna cover up these little blemishes a little bit more because it's gonna bother me. I'm just gonna use the sponge, cover it. It's gonna look a little off. You see that? Like it covered that redness so well. I mean, you can still see the blemish, but not crazy. And then I'm just gonna go in with the brush. I'm really, really loving this. I wonder how like my products are going to act on top of it. So I think I'm gonna keep it super light coverage. I was gonna do like a super fall makeup, but I think I'm gonna keep it more on the lighter fall makeup type of vibes. So yeah, I'm gonna go in with my LA Girl Hydrating Camo Concealer, and this is in the shade Medium Sand. I'm just gonna apply the tiniest bit. That blend is so nice. Ooh, ugh, that looks so nice. All right, to set underneath my eyes, I'm gonna use my One Size translucent powder, and I'm gonna take that on my Morphe E48. It's a little tapered and I really like that, so I'm just gonna apply that here and kind of blend out. I was thinking about setting the rest of my face with the powder, but honestly, I kind of don't want to, so I'm just going to go right into my bronzer because I kind of like how it looks, and I don't want to take that, you know, shine away. I'm going to go in with my Fenty Beauty Bajan Gyal bronzer, and I'm going to take that on a Morphe M527. Oh my god, last night I watched the Savage X Fenty fashion show, the 3rd one. So good. Loved it so much I watched the first 2 again just to watch it. Oh my god, her shows are always so nice. Like, I wish I could be in it. Oh. And when I saw the girl that was pregnant dancing, I was like, girl, you better get it. There's no way I'm moving like that while I'm pregnant. But I'm gonna take my Morphe M501 and just take a little bit and bronze it my nose. I just washed my brushes 2 days ago, and this is the first time I'm using them since. And I hate using them like right away sometimes because I like it when they like have product a little built up on it. I haven't been wearing makeup like that since this pregnancy. If you guys haven't watched my previous video, my life update, my weight loss journey update, transition, all that, whatever good stuff, I'll leave it right here or down in the description box below, so go check that out. But yeah, I haven't been wearing makeup like that, and when I did wear makeup, my nose contour was looking crazy. I was like, holy moly, like, what is wrong with me? Like, it was so crooked. Even though I really don't contour my nose, I just bronze the sides. But the way that bronze was looking, I was like, oh no. For my blush, I'm gonna take my Morphe M405, and I'm still have my handy dandy Wanted 2 palette, and I think I'm just gonna mix the orange and the pink kind of together. You guys know I love blush, but sometimes I could get carried away, so I try to like add a little bit less first. Like this side, I just went OD'd. So I'm gonna just blend that more on this side. I kind of bring my blush now like right here. I did way too much, so I'm just gonna go back onto my bronzer brush and kind of like calm that down. I'm gonna do my eyes off camera, and then I'll be right back. Okay? Okay, so I just realized I definitely said I was gonna do my eyes off camera, but I meant to say my brows. So I'm back. And so this, I kept it really natural. I used my Huda Beauty Balm Brown. What is it called? Balm Brow. And I just set it with the 24-hour brow setter by Benefit. For the eyes, I'm going to keep it super simple. I'm using my Morphe 3503. And I'm going to use this shade right here. And then this shade on the lid. So these two. So bang, bang. Nothing crazy. Into the crease. I'm adding like the tiniest bit because I don't want it to be too harsh. I just want like a nice wash of color. I'm gonna take, what is this, the Morphe M433. I'm gonna go with that top shade. That was the second shade in the row, and just apply that to the lid. I'm taking that first shade and I'm just like gonna lightly put it underneath. I don't want to be too, like, you see that? That's like enough. I'm gonna wipe the brush off on a towel so there's none, and just kind of blend it. I'm gonna go in with my Maybelline Sky High mascara. Also, the other day I went and did this girl's makeup for a wedding, and I had just bought a new Morphe setting spray. When I put it in my bag, and like it was so crazy because when I opened it for the first time, like it splattered. I was like, what the hell? Shook it up, like a little came out, and I was like, that's weird. Sprayed it, perfect. Did it on her, came out, perfect. When I went to use it the other day, I guess like the way it was sitting in my bag, it like literally just came all out. Like literally it was empty, like nothing was even in there. So I was highly upset. Highly upset. I have my Mario Badescu spray. I have a little bit left. So what I'm gonna do first, I'm actually gonna highlight first. I usually don't highlight first, but I don't want it to be too glowy. And I'm gonna take this product because to me it's not like blinding, and I feel like we've been going through that subtle glow. Like I really don't need it, but I just want like a tiny bit, like especially like right here. So I'm gonna go in with my Essence Pure Nude Sun Lighter palette, and I'm gonna take this shade that's on the bottom, see, like that, and then the nose, and I'm using another Morphe M501. So I use one for my nose and one for highlight, and then I'm just gonna kind of tap right here tiny bit. And yeah, so I'm just gonna set my face in place. For lips, I'm gonna go in with my MAC Cork Lip Liner, then taking my Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink in the shade Driver, and then topping that off with the ColourPop Luxe Gloss in the shade Renaissance, right? Renaissance. So I kind of want to brighten up my inner corner ever so slightly. So I'm going to take that first shade from the palette, this one right here. And it's a matte, so it's not going to be glittery. I'm going to take that on a Morphe M124 and just like you see, press it into the inner corner and kind of like drag it up. So this is the completed look with all of my makeup on top of this nice tinted foundation. Now that I have all my makeup on, I kind of like the foundation more because I know that I can get away with putting it on, running out the house, and it looks super good with my makeup on top. Now I didn't go in with like a heavy full coverage concealer or anything, and I still feel like I got a nice coverage. I did put a little bit of the foundation underneath my eyes so that I didn't have to add too much concealer. Now this concealer was a little lighter, just because I like a lighter under eye or a brighter under eye, but like it looks really nice. I mean, I added the tiniest bit of highlighter. Like, you guys, I literally like dipped and tapped off. There was barely anything there, and I still have that glow. I feel like the highlighter that I put on top didn't even do anything. It kind of put like a little bit of glitter-ish, but nothing crazy. My foundation itself, it feels like right here what I didn't set, it kind of feels a little sticky, but it feels sticky, but where I have like the powders, it doesn't feel sticky. So I feel not like sticky, but I could feel like something's there. And when I touch, I feel like the makeup is definitely transferring just a little bit. In the future, I would definitely set the foundation like ever so slightly just to get rid of that little tackiness. Like, it's not really too tacky, but I can feel like something's there. I think out of 10, I would rate this a 9.5 just because of that tackiness, but everything else is good. I would definitely be using this in the future, and I feel like the color is like spot on. Like, I feel like I wouldn't have to go another shade during the summer or the winter. I don't really change that much, but like if I'm like super tan, of course I will have to go with a different shade, but this shade works perfect. Now, I actually went off based on the color chart that I showed you guys, like the foundation face chart, but I also have their foundation, their pro coverage foundation, and I usually use soft beige, tan, and bronze. So those are like my 3 shades, and tan is the one I use the most. So when I saw this, I was like, oh, they have the shade tan. I think it will work. And then I looked at the picture. I was like, yeah, I think I should go with that. So if you ever use their other foundation, like the one I'm talking about that looks like this right here, you could probably go off the same shade that you went on that one, because like it's so beautiful. Like, it's so nice. Like, it works so perfect for my skin. So yeah, I'm hyped. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this makeup review. If you did, please don't forget to thumbs up, also subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.